If you're getting ready to go into the Air Force, this video is for you. All right. Now, shout out to my guy O'Neal. He hit me up on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and he had some questions. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he's getting ready to go in, and the question that he asked me at the time, I answered them. And then recently, yesterday, he had some more questions. So I just told him, hey, look, just give me like however many questions that you got, and I'll do a video on it because another person that's getting ready to go might have the same question. So let me hit both y'all at the same time. You feel me? So he sent me over 10 questions, all right? So let's go and get into it, man. So the first question that he asked me was, how much do I get paid doing basic? Now, what I made in basic is gonna be different from what you made in basic because we're in two different times. You know what I'm saying? I went in at 2018, you going in at 2013. Now, what you want to do is you want to Google the pay chart for the Air Force in 2023 because it goes up every year, right? So sometimes when people come into basic, they have some college. Now, if you got a degree, you're gonna come into basic as an E2 or E3. But if not, you're going in as an E1, like I did. So look at the chart and look at E1, E2, E3. It's gonna be a big number. Divide that number by two, and that's gonna be what you made every first and 15th. All right, so you're gonna be in basis for 2 months, so you should be getting four paychecks. All right, so I think I came out with 3,000, close to four, something like that. Now you should be coming out a little bit more. All right, what are all the contract options? Now I doubt that this have changed, but it really depends on your job. Now me, I was security forces, so I had to do a 6-year contract. It's a 4-year contract and a 6-year contract. Now, if you come into a point where you don't want to re-enlist yet and you want to extend, you can extend for a year or you can extend for 2 years. Okay, but the contract options is 4 years or 6 years. Number three, how long will I see my family at graduation? If I remember, the festivities are Friday and Saturday. It's either Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's something like that, but it's the whole weekend. Um, the first activity is the graduation run. After that, you'll go up and change and do all that, and you come down and meet your family. The second activity is the actual graduation. Me personally, I didn't get to do it because we had bad weather, so we did everything indoors. So it was pretty quick. But after that, you're gonna have your blues on, and then you can go with your family then. Now, I think that third day, you should be able to go with your family as well. You just have to be back within a certain time that they give you. But it's the whole weekend. Number four is the moving processing like for my family after test school. Now, me personally, I didn't have a family. It was just me. So after test school, I went home for a little bit and I went to my duty station. So I would like to think that it's the same thing, but I'm not too quite sure. Number five, deployment continues upon the job or the base. Uh, it depends. It's the job, okay? Because everybody's not going to deploy, and it has to be a need for your job on deployment. If that makes sense. Like security forces, you're going to deploy unless you're PRP. Now I will say it's both because depending on the base that you have, you're going to deploy. Like I know Charleston, you're going to deploy. You know what I mean? So I think it's both. My bad, it's both. Will they do a credit check while you're in boot camp? No, unless you're applying for something while you're in boot camp, which you're not. But other than that, nah, they're not gonna be doing no boot camp. Any background check, all them checks that they do before boot camp. All right. If my wife owes a debt, would that affect our housing? Nah. Let me tell you about being in the military. Once you're in the military, you about to get the best rates, the best offers that life has to offer. All right, you're gonna get the best rates on cars, houses, this and that, because they know you work for the government and they know you shouldn't have a problem paying your bills because you get two guaranteed checks a month. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna take care of you because you finna take care of them. So any debt, it shouldn't affect anything. You know what I mean? Especially on base housing. Next question. Are there schools on base or will my child have to go to public school? Now, some bases are big enough to have an elementary school, but other than that, everybody usually just take their kid off base. You know what I mean? Now, they do have childcare as well. All right, so childcare and an elementary school. Now, all bases do not have elementary schools because some bases are small. Okay, can company come to the base and visit? Yeah, once you get to your duty station, bro, it's easy. All you gotta do is go to the front gate and get a guest pass form for the weekend. Pretty simple. Last question: what type of exercises do we have to do in order to pass the MEPS? Now you're taking me way back because I haven't did MEPS in over 10 years. Okay, so I don't know if it's push-ups and sit-ups, but I will say that you do this thing called the duck walk. That is a very uncomfortable exercise. It tests your limbs, your joints, and your flexibility. Is you're literally walking like a duck in your drawers in a room full of other dudes. Okay, and I would demonstrate that, but I ain't doing that for you, big dog. But your recruiter gonna tell you everything that's gonna happen at MEPS. All right, so you're gonna be straight. So that was the end of the questions from O'Neal. I hope that helped you. I hope that helped everybody else that had the same type of questions. The military is easy, bro. It's not some type of different society. It's not no different world. You're just working for the government. Okay, you're a regular person in uniform. But if y'all got any more questions, you can DM me on Instagram. I think it's right here. I get that shit wrong every time. It's right here, right here. But you know what I'm saying? Hit me up on my socials and I'll make another video. So if you got any value, got any insight, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Now I will be going over 6 tips you need to be successful in boot camp. All right, very important. So subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications, and I'm out, bruh.